This is the story of Brooks, a poor high school kid who dreams of getting rich. And against all odds, he ends up winning the heart of a wealthy girl who's completely out of his league. Let's see how he pulls it off. Brooks is a senior in high school with one massive goal: to become filthy rich. His obsession with money comes from his past. His dad used to be a successful businessman, but he lost everything. Now Brooks lives alone with his father, and their relationship has been tense ever since his parents divorced. At school, Brooks has one true friend, Murph, a genius at coding who can build any app you can imagine. One day after class, Brooks stares at his classmate Ree's expensive BMW, wondering how he could ever afford something like that. Brooks works part-time at a fast food restaurant with Murph. During their shift, he tells Murph about his plan to apply to Yale University. It's incredibly expensive, but Brooks thinks if he can network with rich kids there, he'll learn how to become an entrepreneur and finally make serious money. While they're talking, Ree walks in with a friend. Ree mentions he needs someone to take his cousin Celia to the school dance that night. He's even willing to pay and lend his BMW. Brooks immediately volunteers, saying he'll pretend to be her boyfriend. Ree agrees. That evening, Brooks pulls up to Celia's house in the borrowed BMW. Her parents welcome him warmly. When Celia appears, she's already complaining about being forced to attend this party. Her parents insist it's good for her. Reluctantly, Celia agrees to go. On the drive, Celia suggests ditching the party entirely. She hates the rich kids at her school who only care about partying and posting photos on social media. But Brooks refuses. He's committed to getting her to the party. At the event, everyone's obsessed with taking pictures instead of actually having fun. Brooks asks Celia to dance. They're enjoying themselves when the music shifts to a slow song. Brooks keeps dancing, but then he spots a gorgeous girl named Shelby. He becomes so distracted that he accidentally steps on Celia's foot. As Brooks checks on Celia's ankle, Shelby walks over and invites them to another party at her place. Brooks quickly makes an excuse, saying Celia's ankle hurts and she wants to go home. Back at Celia's house, Brooks is annoyed to discover Celia's injury was fake. He's frustrated because he wanted to get closer to Shelby. Celia bluntly tells him to forget about Shelby. She's the daughter of a wealthy socialite, and someone like Brooks doesn't stand a chance. When Brooks returns the BMW to Ree, he asks how Ree could afford such an expensive car. Ree casually explains he earned it through his own hard work. This answer sparks a brilliant idea in Brooks's mind. The next day, he pitches his concept to Murph, a fake dating service app. Murph agrees to help. A month later, the app is ready. Murph shows Brooks how it works, simple as ordering food online. He even created a second app that displays Brooks's Yale savings with every new order, and he's already promoted it across social media. That night, Brooks gets his first notification. His first fake date order has arrived. He's thrilled. Week after week, business takes off. One morning, Celia calls requesting his services again for a party at Shelby's house. She wants Brooks to help her connect with a guy she likes. Brooks sees this as his chance to see Shelby again and immediately agrees. Later at work, Murph snaps at Brooks. He says ever since the business started, Brooks has gotten arrogant and barely speaks to him anymore. Feeling guilty, Brooks promises to take Murph to the arcade the next night. That evening at Shelby's party, Celia tells Shelby that Brooks is super rich, trying to make him look good. Once Shelby leaves, Celia points out the guy she likes. Brooks introduces them, and they instantly hit it off, becoming so absorbed in conversation that Brooks feels ignored. As Brooks grabs a drink, Shelby approaches him, clearly interested and flirting throughout their conversation. Later, Celia reveals the guy asked her out for coffee tomorrow. As they're leaving, Brooks mentions his Yale dream. Celia immediately offers to help, saying her father knows the Yale dean and can arrange an appointment tomorrow. Brooks is beyond grateful. The next day, Brooks meets the dean. He'd researched the dean's hobby, beekeeping. Brooks casually mentions he also has a bee farm. The dean lights up with excitement and talks passionately about bees, completely charmed. Outside, Brooks confesses to Celia the bee farm was completely made up. He explains that if he gets into Yale, he'll work hard to become successful and buy a BMW like Ree's. Celia drops a bombshell. Ree isn't self-made at all. His BMW was a gift from his mother's wealthy boyfriend. Celia tells Brooks that chasing someone else's image isn't the answer. He should just be himself. That night, Brooks cancels his arcade plans with Murph because a new order comes in. Murph is visibly hurt and disappointed. Meanwhile, Celia goes to her coffee date, but boredom quickly sets in. The guy talks endlessly about himself without ever asking anything about her. The next afternoon, Brooks calls Celia with a plan. They should stage a dramatic public breakup at Shelby's birthday party. This clears the path for Brooks to pursue Shelby. Even though Celia feels jealous, she agrees. At Shelby's party, Brooks publicly accuses Celia of cheating, but his words become unnecessarily cruel. Genuinely hurt, Celia slaps him hard and storms out. Brooks stands there, guilt washing over him. Outside, Shelby consoles Brooks. Seizing the moment, Brooks asks if she'll date him. Shelby says yes. They officially start dating that night. The next morning, Murph walks right past Brooks, giving him the cold shoulder. That afternoon, Brooks picks up an elderly woman as a client. During their walk, she offers profound advice. You know you're with the right person when talking to them feels like listening to a beautiful orchestra concert, not a boring radio show. The next night, Brooks and Shelby go to an expensive restaurant before a party. Shelby describes her entire life mapped out until old age. To Brooks, it sounds incredibly boring. At the party, Brooks notices Celia dancing alone. Then, one of Shelby's friends greets them. This friend had been Brooks's previous client. With the secret exposed, Brooks confesses the truth about his fake dating business and admits he's not rich. Shelby is shocked and immediately breaks up with him. Crushed, Brooks goes home and genuinely confides in his dad for the first time in years. He pours out everything. His father listens, expresses pride, and advises him to focus on what's most important. The next day, Brooks apologizes to Murph. He admits he became arrogant and forgot about his best friend. Murph forgives him, and their friendship heals. Then, Brooks meets Celia at a cafe. He sincerely apologizes for his harsh words and shares the lessons he's learned. Anything special must start with honesty. He admits something special had been right under his nose all along. He hands Celia a letter and leaves. As she reads it, tears fill her eyes. He pours out his true feelings, admiring how she's natural despite her wealth. He writes that talking to her feels like listening to a beautiful orchestra concert. He hopes she feels the same way. That night, Brooks receives another order for his service, but declines. Moments later, another order pings. Open the door. When he does, Celia is standing there with a warm smile. She wants to order his service, but this time she doesn't want a fake boyfriend. She wants a real one, because something truly special has to start with honesty.